right, DC, let's move on, fam. We're gonna keep it moving. The next on the docket for the Pelican Postgame Report, player profile recap and preview for the upcoming season is Mr. Jaxson Hayes. In 194 games, DC, 8.1 points per game, 4.3 rebounds for Mr. Jaxson Hayes this year. 70 games for him, 9.3, a big boost from his career average, DC. That's big. His rebounds are up, DC, as well. So let's talk about the very spry and energetic 7-footer known as Mr. Jaxson Hayes.
Yeah, man. This player is what's the word? An enigma when it comes to a lot of Pelicans fans, man. Right now, with the embarrassment of riches we have in draft capital and the overabundance of talent we have on the roster, him along with Kyra is one of those guys that everybody just seems to forget about and want to kind of, I guess, just give away because we need to get rid of somebody. Somebody gonna lose out on opportunity on the Pels. We all know that. Well, talking positively about most guys, but somebody is gonna have to go. But I don't think it's gonna be Mr. Jaxson Hayes. And I know they got the Mo Bamba stuff out there. You got Larry Nance, but man, look at what he did this year. But the only thing I think with him is he's got to start off and show a full season, which is why I don't see the Pels giving him a contract this year. They're going to make him earn it. Jaxson Hayes has this weird thing that's been going on his whole career. Other than the one Alvin Gentry year where it went in reverse, he can't never maintain a high level play all season. He either starts out extremely slow, you got to send him to the G League to motivate him, and then he come back from there playing like his hair on fire, like you said, Q. And then the first year with Alvin Gentry, it was the opposite. He came out like gangbusters in the summer league, had that poster and put his name on the map, came out, what was that center we had from Utah, man? Derek Favors. His mom died, and Jaxson Hayes kind of forced in the starting lineup, and he was getting his numbers. He kind of did his thing for a while and then tailed off, but he just never can put it together for a full season. This year, he came out and they discovered they can play him at the power forward position as opposed to the center spot, which I still think ultimately for him to be able to be on this team, he's going to have to be what we drafted him to be, which is our center of the future, a big guy that can run, play some defense, and possibly have a nice stroke from the three-point line because I understand Jaxson Hayes then hit some three-pointers. You might not see it really in the stats, but he's probably one of the best free throw shooters on the team, and he can extend that out to the arc because he has shown that he can hit some threes. He just got to be smart and judicious about the shots he take and when he could go after them. But, man, there's so many different things this dude can do. Tremendous potential. Sadly, to say, I think for Jaxson Hayes to reach his full potential of what he could possibly be, I think it would ultimately involve him going to another team for him to reach the top level potential of what he could be. You're looking at a guy that could be somebody that come up the court with the ball in their hand. You see him doing Euro steps, and he can do some of that with us, but he's not going to have a lot of opportunities to do that. But nonetheless, I like to keep him here, and I think he can be everything that the Pels want him to be. We definitely got to understand the difficulties he overcame this offseason to see why I think he can even do better than he did this season, which this season was a great improvement over the last. And the guy has only played basketball, as I said so many times. He started playing basketball as a junior, I think, in high school or a senior. And he went to college for 1 year, and then we got him. So you're looking at a guy that's still relatively new to basketball. So he's constantly learning new things. But the one Achilles heel for Jaxson Hayes, man, if he can just do this one thing, because I think his defense is not that bad, even on the interior. He definitely needs to bulk up a little bit too. I'll throw that in there. But he got to pull them rebounds up. You can't be 7 foot tall, and at stretches we're giving you 25 minutes, 27 minutes, and you coming out with 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds. You got to damn near at least get 8. I know you ain't gonna get 10 every night, 11, 12, but he should have no less than 7 or 8 rebounds. every night. Every night, if you get 20 minutes, he should have that. And I think that's one of the bigger things holding him back, because those rebounds will take away extra possessions, some of the possessions in which we don't like how he looked defensively. Well, one of the best ways to close out a defensive possession is to get the rebound. You know what I mean? So if he can improve that along with his interior defense, because he's an excellent perimeter defender for a 7-footer, in my opinion. His offensive game is expanding. His body is obviously still going to grow as well. I think he needs to get some more weight on him. I mean, we could have something very special with Jaxson Hayes to pair alongside of Zion. He almost can be the perfect center for him, which I love the fact that we still got JV for 2 more years for him to be able to get it figured out. And after this year, you still will have an opportunity to possibly sign Jaxson Hayes to a relatively cheap deal to keep him in the future, or something close to what he's making now to keep him, happy. And you may be able to have your center of the future, because we won't need an actual guy to go into the starting lineup for another, 3 years or so when JV starts to slow down. And I see the Pels, if they're smart, keeping him and moving him to a bench role similar to we seen with Brook Lopez with the Milwaukee Bucks. So Jaxson Hayes, ton of potential, man. Sky's the limit. Little bit question mark. He's my other question mark with Najee about how it looks for him next season, because I have no idea who we're going to draft. Maybe the Pels tip their hand. What if we draft a center, or a guy that could play power forward and center, or we sign Mo Bamba? What are we doing with Jaxson Hayes then? So still a lot of questions around him, man. I think he's done enough this season to prove that we shouldn't just ship him off in the trade. If anything, I say you just let him finish off his contract. You're not going to get a lot for him in the trade anyway. And see what he can do, man. Give him that last opportunity in a contract year to kind of prove himself and give him another contract.
Jaxson Hayes, man. Yeah, he's definitely a guy that improved upon his game.
A paratrooper himself, huh?
Yeah, he improved, man. And he's been up and down, but this year showed a lot of promise, especially under Willie's system. So we'll see moving forward what it looks like. But a lot of athletic 7-footers that do what he do don't exactly grow out of the garden. So
name another 7-footer as athletic.
That's what
I ain't seen one yet.
That's why you probably would probably value him and stick and stay eventually when Valanciunas gets on. But anyway,
perfect.